about
the golf. It's about the golfing.
Yeah.
Boy,
You've been out of work.
You've changed.
Way too
Yeah.
long.
This
You've had
Belize
way
thing.
too much time off.
This Belize thing, I think.
You need to get back in the saddle.
I'm in the
He's
All right.
that's the problem. He's been in the saddle.
No.
Be nice. Be nice.
The Belize thing was.
Oh, well, okay.
Yippee-ki-yo.
Well, after last week where we talked with Marty Paradise, it was like, whoa, hey now. So,
Yeah.
Tom has got nothing on that.
That's true. That's true.
I hope.
So anyway, if you've got a vineyard, just pull it all out now. Is what we're basically saying.
Right.
Right.
Plant
almonds.
No, yeah, a lot of lettuce. Lettuce works good.
Yeah, you guys.
A lot of lettuce.
Titus just pulled out a bunch of vines.
Yeah, but we're putting more vines in.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was the story with that was that it was you found it was leaf roll and then you tore out what was there.
There's some
and then
problems.
you replanted and there was still leaf roll, or
Right, yeah. So we actually we pulled out, replanted, and then found more problems, and so now we've pulled out what we replanted, and then we're gonna.
I'm glad
some more.
vines are so cheap.
yeah,
Yeah.
I bet they're just
Well, it's so inexpensive to just rip up an entire vineyard and then put it back in.
Yeah.
I mean, just
It is.
do it all day long.
Yeah, it's fun
Yeah.
to do.
And the video that you guys shot of that where's that now?
The video was fun. It could be found just at search Titus Vineyards
Go to Ustream
slash
and type,
Cabernet
Titus
Franc. Yeah. If you type that in YouTube, you should be able to find it.
Or do you have a search thing on your Titus TV thing? So
Yeah,
people
I'll
can
actually
go
have the
off?
video posted on the website this weekend.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
you can go to titusvineyards.com and go to the video page.
There you go.
But if you want to go to YouTube because you're already there,
Yeah.
Because
Titus.
most kids now
They're-
they don't even use Google. They just
they're on
go
the
to YouTube.
YouTubes. Yeah.
They're on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Well, you might as well watch.
Might as well watch.
Exactly.
Fun to watch.
Everybody's
You don't have to read.
Plus,
Yeah.
you don't have to read.
everybody's a voyeur.
Yeah, everybody's a voyeur.
You're watching us.
I am. I'm actually facing you guys, which is kind of weird.
You're facing
Yeah.
our faces.
Well, no, you faced us before. It's just that we usually sit at a table with microphones in front of
Yeah.
our faces.
I'm-
all you see are our eyes kind of going crazy on you.
And I'm kind of hidden
this is
from
good radio.
Tom.
This is the awesomest radio.
Yeah, I'm kind of hidden from Tom as if I'm like hiding from him.
You
or
are.
something.
See your
You
eyes.
were.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can see your
Ooh,
eyes. I can see your eyes.
Look longingly into my eyes.
Okay, well,
That being said,
let's talk to Tom now.
Tom who?
Tom Wark of Wark Communications
Yeah,
and
the point.
Fermentation, the Daily
We have a
Wine
guest.
Blog. That guy. Yeah,
I said his name earlier.
I know.
All right. Well,
But
he's
we
here.
welcomed him, and he said hi, and then
Hi.
we've been kind of talking about the weather, but now let's talk about him.
All right.
So,
How's your vineyard?
yeah, how's your vineyard?
What's going on in your vineyard today?
I'm a lowly PR guy.
So when you, in your at your house, do you have a pot of tomatoes or something,
I
or,
have 3
or just
pots
a
of
pot
tomatoes.
of pots?
I have 3 pots of tomatoes, and I've got a lot of nasturtiums that seem to be pretty happy.
Oh, you eat
this
them?
year. Well, eventually, yeah. They're just now starting to bloom.
Yeah, but you will eat them.
Sure.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
we won't make an entire salad out of their blooms.
Oh,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll augment it.
Throw them
It's
in
pretty-
for color.
Throw him in for
And
color.
they have that peppery quality.
They
that I
do.
like.
Yeah.
They do.
So, and then hopefully we'll have some tomatoes later. So, yes, over in Napa, what we do indeed have some tomatoes in our yard, barrels worth.
Barrels worth, 3 barrels worth of tomatoes.
Yes.
And are they
Heirloom.
Heirloom.
They are indeed heirloom.
All
Down
right.
at is it Cornerstone? Garden?
Cornerstone.
They
Yeah.
had this tomato festival.
And the
sometime
Sonoma.
back.
the
not to
Cornerstone
be-
Garden.
There's,
Not to
there's
be
a few
confused
different
with-
cornerstones. And
This is Cornerstone Gardens in Sonoma.
Sonoma.
Right.
Yes.
In the southern end, the very end of southern end.
So
of
you
Sonoma
went there
Valley.
on their big day.
We went there on the big day. We picked up 3 or 4 different tomato plants, all heirloom, and they each should provide us with tomatoes for different purposes.
Sure.
Tomato salad, tomato sauce,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's different tomatoes to eat
Exactly.
and make sauce.
And
from.
Jen did a bunch a few years back.
Yeah.
And
She actually has some started right now, but
Yeah.
we're fixing to plant them very
I
soon.
got the cheap ones at Home Depot.
Yeah, that's all right.
The starters.
The big boys.
The big boys. I got a
And the
big,
cherries.
And the cherries, exactly.
Yeah, we didn't do any
'Cause they're
cherries this
cheap.
year.
And I actually got an early girl too.
Well,
Early
you're going to
girl?
need that
I'm
early
gonna-
girl in order to get something right.
So
this year.
something. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully, maybe by October we'll have tomatoes.
When I was growing up, every year my dad would plant something in the neighborhood of 20 different tomato plants. And it would take a large area. And
Sure.
we'd have these stakes that went about 6 feet high. And,
Yeah.
and my responsibility was weeding and then picking. And so I did a lot of the tomatoes. My dad used to go overboard. In our
Sure.
yard, we would have tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, 3 different kinds of melon. We had corn. We had
Right, you got
12
all the
different
big
kinds of fruit
growers.
trees.
Those are all big growers.
You believe me, I know what they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Tom water this, Tom weed this. So
Yeah. Tom, take care of this.
Exactly. Before I could go out and play in
Yeah,
summer
but not
too.
anymore.
I didn't get out to play until at least 10 in the morning.
Yeah, well, that explains why you're a PR guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something should. I like my job.
So, and you should. I think that's an important thing. So, as far as PR goes, have you seen? Let's get into a little bit of that with this first segment. Have you been approached to do it the traditional way as far as PR, or have you been suggesting people do the blogging and such as, you know?
Usually people come to me when they want more exposure for their brand in front of a specific audience, be it consumers or wholesalers or retailers or the trade or whatnot. And that's writing one's own blog or using social media are just different tools for affecting that goal. So we might engage in a sort of a social media plan, a basic Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn sort of plan. We might engage in YouTube videos. We might send out press releases. We'll do we'll set up interviews for our clients with the media. We'll pitch stories to the media. So everything is a tool in terms of telling a brand's story.
Sure, and to tell the story of that winery.
Right. And hopefully we'll find something that's unique about that winery that the writer or the publication hasn't told yet about another brand. One of the clients I'm representing now is called Casey Flat Ranch. And it's this very, very lonely vineyard in an appellation called the Capay Valley. Do you guys know where that is?
No, where is it?
It's over the Vaca Range in Yolo
Okay,
County.
all right.
And there's a few vineyards over there. It's actually an AVA, but this vineyard is actually at 2,000 feet up on the eastern side of the Vaca Range, east of Napa. And it's a remarkable vineyard. But also, you've got the former GM of Screaming Eagle, who's now doing the sales and marketing and GM over there. And so the grapes that come off of that vineyard don't necessarily represent the Capay Valley. Plus, no one knows what the Capay Valley is as an AVA. So what we're doing is we're trying to tell the story of this very sort of unique, lonely, up in the hills vineyard that's surrounded by a lot of interesting people.
There's a lot of interesting people up there.
You know what? This is where actually, if you don't know where this place is, what the Capay Valley is, it's where Cache Creek Casino.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's.
And it has the highest concentration of organic farms of any county in California, believe it or not. Fat Belly Farms is up there and some other ones, but it's a lonely valley and it's gorgeous, it's stunning. Right. But then when you go up 2,000 feet and overlook the valley where the vineyard is, it's even more impressive. And the Casey Flat Ranch also has a longhorn steer.
Ranch around it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty cool project. So in their case, we tell their story that's unique, and other clients will tell their story that's unique.
So who are you telling the stories to?
The media, for the most part. Also to...
It's the idea to just raise awareness so that they can... I mean, are they a winery? Are they just a vineyard?
Yeah, they're a winery. Yeah, they're making wine under Casey Flat Ranch and under something called the Open Range label. And so we'll tell our story to the media. We want them to tell the story to the consumers. We'll also reach out directly to consumers. We'll reach out to the trade, meaning retailers and restaurants. And each of them get the same story. They get it told in a slightly different way that's going to be of value to them. So,
sure.
So as one of the distributors for their product at the winery, I would see it being a good tool to use. Listen to their blog to get the most updated information from them instead of sending out the old way, a press kit or a reminder thing to these guys every so often. Here's the new, POS things that you can get online, or listen to this new thing. I mean, are you using it for that?
With wholesalers and with salespeople and sales managers, we want to make sure that they know our story. So when we get something published in the press, when we have a new product, when we have new product information, one of the things I do is I help make sure that they get that information. They get it in a quick, readable format.
Okay, so
they need to understand what our story is and what the value proposition is.
PDF-wise?
It could be a PDF. It could be an email. It could be a link back to the website where we have a list of maybe a new award or a new rating or a new story or something along those lines. Whatever is going to be easiest for the recipient to use.
Right.
In the case of wholesalers, interestingly, often it's printed material being sent through the mail.
They still
Really?
is that
Absolutely.
way. Yeah, that's why I was curious if they've made the switch yet.
Some of them have. Some of them are more sophisticated than others, but a lot of them still. What happens is you have a salespeople go in. They go into their office in the morning. They might have a sales meeting with a number of different producers who come in. Then they go to their box. They take down all the stuff that's been put in their box by the sales manager. Oh, here's something from KC Flat Ranch. Oh, here's something from... And sometimes, too, what we'll do is we'll actually choose a variety of different salespeople from different distributorships across the country, and we'll bring them in and say, come see our ranch.
Right.
And we'll host them. And yeah. The most valuable thing any producer can have is someone on the street who loves your brand.
Oh, sure.
So,
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Well, I think with that in mind,
we should take a break.
a little break.
All right.
So why don't you?
I'll let us all.
You lead us.
So
into
you are
into
listening
temptation.
and watching WineBizRadio.com with Kaz, Randy, and X. X is manning the little bits over there.
Hello.
Hello. And we're going to be right back after some brief messages.